Good evening, this is G-Man Fishing. I am here. I'm going to be doing an unboxing for you guys. As you know, I broke a reel this morning fishing. By the way, this is June 29th, later in the afternoon for my fishing trip. Outback Mitchell is toast. Not going to be able to use this anymore. So, what I did was I went to the closest store for a reel. Going to do an unboxing of the new reel I bought. It's well, let me show you here. I bought the Okuma 35 model. Safine or Pro or however you say it. I'm not technical. I don't, know all the words for these things. So, but I bought a new reel. It was on sale. Normally like a $30 reel. Got it for $20. So with buying a new reel, I bought some fresh P-line. And you guys know, if you watch the channel, everything is spooled with P-line, with the exception of the braided line on the one Shimano Corrado. So we'll be spooling this on here later, not on camera. So years past, I wouldn't have bought an Okuma rod or an Okuma reel. I didn't think very highly of them. But about 3 years ago, I was hearing some pretty good news, or some pretty good stuff about the Okuma rods, Okuma reels. So I started buying the rods. Spinning outfits, I used to look for the Shakespeare Galaxy. And back, 10, 13 years ago when they were selling them, you could get them for a reasonable price, $30 I think it was. So I bought a bunch of them, gave them out, and used a couple of them myself, got my wife one. You can't buy them no more. So that's why I got the Mitchell Outback instead of a Shakespeare Galaxy. Just because a reel isn't, a high dollar reel, doesn't mean it's not a good reel. One thing I found out about spinning reels is you can buy one that's not overly priced and still get a really good deal. Because the Galaxy reels that I bought, the two that are still being used by us, was bought back in 2007, and it's 2019, so 12 years on those reels, and still going strong. So I wanted to show you, what it looks like. It's a left-handed reel, got a pretty decent spool, and as you know, I'm going to be using 8-pound P-line on my spinning outfit, even my bait casting reels. And this holds 260 yards of 8-pound test is what it says. So it's got a pretty deep spool for it. Flip the bell, seems pretty smooth. Not making any funny noises. Not going to be able to test out the drag or anything until after I get it spooled up and I'm fishing. I'm not going to give you an honest review on anything that I've not used for more than a year, or at least a year. So it's going to be a year's worth of work, year's worth of using, before I can give you an honest review. Other people will go out, they'll use it, on the YouTube platform, maybe one video, and give you a review on what it is. Me, a reel should last at least, in my opinion, 10 years, the same amount of time as the Shimano or the Shakespeare Galaxy. But when you're only paying $20, which this is on sale, that's the only reason why I got it for $20. And it don't last, at least in my opinion, 3 to 5 years. I've had reels last Most of the reels I bought in the past have lasted 3 to 5 years. Okay, so I give each reel that treatment, but after a year using it, I have a pretty good idea of if it's a halfway decent reel or not. So we're going to use this one for hopefully the next 10 or 12 years without any problems. Now this was my fault. I went to put it down and I didn't exactly put it down. I kind of tossed it down. So that was my fault. There's nothing wrong with the gears, nothing wrong with the spool. It was my fault. So, you know, it happens when you're fishing. So, but we're going to give this Okuma at least a year before we give it a good review. You guys are going to see it a lot on this channel, as well as that same Galaxy Shakespeare that's still going strong. Never had one problem with it. Remember, I've got the two Shimano Curados. The small one is 4 years old, the bigger one is 3 years old, and still going strong. So, I have high expectations. Of course, the Shimano Curados, they are high-end, top-dollar reels. Each one of them are each one of them brand new. The smaller one was $200 brand new. The bigger one was $250 brand new. So, you know, I'm not going to say go out and spend $200 on a reel. That's ridiculous if you can't afford it. If you're not making halfway decent money, I'm not going to tell anybody to go out and spend that kind of money on a reel. You can buy reels for a lot cheaper than that. That'll last just as long. You take care of them, you do the right things with them, and they will last a long time. But it just was at the right time. Had a little extra money. Had the wife buy them for me because they were presents. So that's the only reason why that money was spent on there. I wouldn't have went into the store and spent that money on them. The wife, we had a little extra money. They were gifts for me. One was, I think, a Christmas gift, and one was a birthday gift, I think. So, yeah. When you get a little extra money and you can spend it, then, well, no, if you can afford it. If it's something that you could afford every day, go ahead and spend it. But if you can't afford it, you don't have $200, $250 to spend on a reel, you can get a halfway decent baitcaster for 60, 70, 80 bucks. That'll last you 3 to 5 years. Like I said, that's the expectation for reels for me, 3 to 5 years. Now, the Shakespeare Galaxy, oh yeah, 12 years, no problem. Not one single problem. My wife's Shakespeare Galaxy still going strong, 12 years. My daughter's Shakespeare Galaxy going strong, 10 years. So, that being said, I'm going to get this set up on the rod that it's going to be paired with, which is the 12.6 the 8.6 Okuma spinning rod, medium action, and it should be a good combination. You know, just because a rod's got one brand and a reel's got another one, doesn't mean you can't pair them together and find a good balance. You can. See? It's balancing right there. Good balance. See? Just one finger on there. It's balancing really, really nicely with it. And I figured it would. Now this Mitchell didn't balance as well. I had to have my finger further along the rod. But you see? Perfectly balanced. You can't complain. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I will have it out using it probably in the next video. So until then, we'll see you next time and enjoy. Here is the spool reel, 8-pound P-line, 8.6 Okuma rod, medium action. Oh yeah, by the way, it is my anniversary today, and I went fishing this morning, broke the reel, caught a couple fish, done some fly fishing, came home, picked up the wife, went and done something nice, and then went and bought a reel while I was at it. So, uh, so here is the finished product, well balanced, in good condition. This rod is only I bought it back in November. I have one other Okuma that's paired with my Shimano. I got a Berkeley stick paired with a Shimano, and I've got Shakespeare Galaxy paired with a Berkeley stick. None of these videos are sponsored. All the fishing and all the buying and stuff is paid for because my wife and I work. So there you have it. Unboxing, spooled, lined, everything. There you go. So we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.